Hey guys, for today's lesson I want you to focus on tidying up your assignment and inserting your costing sheet. Now, there's a few people that were away in that last couple of weeks of school for whatever reason, and it's up to you to catch this up, and all the resources are on our team's page. So let's go have a quick look over there for a start and what you're going to need. So if I go over to my class notebook, you're going to need to download the actual assignment task sheet, and you're going to need to put your name on it, obviously, and your assignment on there. So this is unacceptable if you were just to hand me a Word document that looks like this. We need to follow the correct procedure and put it onto a task sheet. So let's have a look at what that might look like. So if I click on that and I go to my content library, and of course when you're making a video everything's going to go a bit slower, but we'll get there in the end. Here we go, sheet metal toolbox. Okay, and if we take a look here, you've got everything you need. So there's your task sheet for the assignment. Okay, there's an evaluation, we'll get to that later on. There's your costing sheet, that's a how-to. There's the actual blank one, and there's a video on how to do that. Okay, so this, I will update this because I think there's a newer version of this now, and from if we have a look at the OneNote, it looks a little bit different. I don't think they have synced yet, but I'll make sure they've synced before your lesson starts. So the main thing is you want to get this task sheet. So you download that task sheet and it's going to look like this. You need to put in your name and all the other details there. Okay, and then what we want to be doing is we want to be inserting, got a bit of white space here, I'll just get rid of that. I'm just going to press delete. Okay, we're going to insert your actual assignment, so the written procedure that you've done, you're going to insert that just above the marking matrix. Okay, so here it's still portrait, it's not landscape yet, it's gone to landscape here, so I'm going to insert it just below stimulus. So before I do that, let's go back over to what most of your assignments look like at the moment, and they look something like this. Now I've asked you to put in a costing sheet. Now you've done the costing sheet in Excel, and it looks a little bit like this. Okay, and I'm just using this one as an example. Now to get that into the Word document is pretty simple. I forgot how to do it myself, so what I've quickly done is Googled it. But if I can remember, I won't have to go to my Google page, but if I go up to Insert, and then underneath text, we need to find something that's called Object. Now, it won't jump out at you. You'll have to hover over these and try and figure out which one it is. Now, so if I click on Object, I can create a new object, or I can create from File. So I'm going to create it from File because I've saved that Excel sheet. And this is a much better way than taking a screenshot, because if you do a screenshot, it's blurry and you can't change it and you can't reformat it. So I'm going to create it from File. I'll browse for it, and I think I've just put it onto my desktop as a for the example here, and on it comes. So whoops, I've put that into the wrong document. I should have been putting it into here. We'll try that again. Text, object, create from File, browse, costing sheet, in it goes, and you'll see that it's too big. The formatting's no good. If I left click on that now, I can just grab that corner and I'm just going to pull it across. It was working for me before. Yeah, it should still work. I'm going to grab that. You might have to pull it across a couple of times until it gets a bit smaller. There we go. And so now I can just put that in there like that. It's legible. I can play around with it and make it look a little bit nicer if I want. And It's all on that one Word document. Now, what I want you to submit to Teams, so hopefully you're listening to this, is you need to submit this on an assignment task sheet. And this is for your draft and everything. So if you've created a blank Word document like this for your production journal, great. But you're going to need to copy and paste it onto a task sheet. So that's pretty easy. I'm going to go Control A, so that's everything, Control All, and then Control C is copy. And then if I go over to this task sheet that I've downloaded off Teams, okay, that's the costing sheet that I put in the wrong place. I can go under stimulus on top of the marking matrix and Control V, and it should chuck that all in there for me. Awesome. Okay, so that's starting to look good. The start of this assignment looks a little bit bland. I'm going to put a nice big heading here, production journal, and instead of calling this toolbox, I'm going to call that the main body because that's what they're creating there. And then I've got an assignment worthy of handing in as a draft, not just a Word document with no name on it or anything like that. It needs to be on a task sheet submitted into Teams. So your task for today's lesson is to tidy up your draft, make sure you've inserted your Excel costing sheet and everything's up to date. Thank you.